Salvage. The derelict ship tumbled through space, a dark silhouette against the amber nebula. Dented and pitted, venting atmosphere from 100 hull breaches, it looked like a relic from a forgotten age. Perfect salvage. Initiating docking procedures, Jenna Kim announced over comms. Guiding the Dauntless with deft movements, she brought their salvage ship alongside the hulk. Magnetic clamps engaged with a resounding clang. "Good flying, Jenna," Captain Decker said. "Raj, Sonia, suit up. Let's see what treasures this wreck holds." In the airlock, Jenna watched her crewmates don their EVA gear with practiced ease. Sonia, lithe and quick, checked her plasma cutter. Muscle-bound Raj hefted a heavy scanner. Captain Decker clutched a sleek sidearm, his gray eyes wary. Stay alert. Derelicts hold dangers tame ships don't. Cycling the lock, Jenna followed as they entered the alien vessel, boots clanging on rusted metal. The corridors were dark and cold, emergency lighting flickering sickly green. "No signs of life," Raj reported, consulting his scanner. "But I'm picking up a weird energy reading from the hold." "Probably just a reactor leak," Decker said. "Jenna, Raj, check it out. Sonia and I will hit the bridge, see if we can access the ship's logs." Jenna's heart raced as she and Raj made their way deeper into the ship, following the eerie energy pulse. She'd always dreamed of adventure out here in the stars, but this felt different. Ominous. In the cavernous hold, they found the source. An enormous creature, quadrupedal and reptilian, lay slumped in a massive cage, unmoving. Spines ran the length of its sinuous body, and its plated hide shimmered iridescent blue. Intelligent eyes, glazed and dull, stared at nothing. "My God," Jenna breathed. She'd never seen an alien like it. "It's dying," Raj said grimly, scanner beeping. "Starvation. Whatever this poor bastard is, its captors didn't bother feeding it." Jenna felt sick. This magnificent being, left to waste away, alone in the void. It wasn't right. Impulsively, she stepped forward. The creature's eye swiveled to her, focusing with obvious effort. In that ancient gaze, Jenna saw pain and sorrow, but also a flicker of hope. She knew she couldn't let it die. Orders be damned. Reaching into her pack, Jenna pulled out her ration bars. "Hey there," she whispered, holding one out. "I'm a friend. Let's get you fed." Weakly, the alien lifted its head and stretched out a long, prehensile tongue, snagging the offering. As it chewed, Jenna smiled. Today, she'd defy a cruel universe. Somehow she'd save this wonderful creature, and maybe redeem a little of mankind's tarnished legacy among the stars. Fugitives. In the weeks since rescuing the alien she named Zephyr from the derelict, Jenna had learned 3 things. 1. Zephyr was the last survivor of a species called the Eldari, once revered across the galaxy for their gentleness, wisdom, and psionic gifts. 2. The Galactic Council, a cold-hearted empire that brutally enforced its idea of order, had callously exterminated the Eldari out of fear of their mental abilities. And 3. If the Council discovered Zephyr still lived, they would stop at nothing to finish the job. Jenna pondered this as she watched Zephyr regain strength in the dauntless hold, scales regaining their luster, muscles filling out under iridescent hide. The alien possessed a strange, elegant beauty. More than that, as they'd communed telepathically, Jenna had felt the depth of Zephyr's sorrow and the warmth of their gratitude. A bond had formed, human and Eldari, unlike any Jenna had known. She couldn't let the Council extinguish this precious light. Not again, but they were running out of time. The alarm klaxon jolted Jenna from her musings. Heart in her throat, she sprinted for the bridge. Captain Decker stood grim-faced at the viewport, where 3 angular warships hung against the stars, plasma cannons aimed at the Dauntless. The lead ship broadcast, "Terran salvage vessel, you are harboring a fugitive of the Galactic Council. Surrender the Eldari and prepare to be boarded." Jenna's blood ran cold. They'd been discovered. Decker turned to her, eyes hard. "Jenna, What did you do? She met his gaze defiantly. I saved an innocent life. I won't let them kill Zephyr. Decker held her stare for a long, tense moment, then nodded. Damn right, we won't. He punched the comms. Attention, Council ships. I am Captain Miles Decker of Earth, telling you respectfully, go to hell. This is your only warning. Jenna grinned fiercely. Now they were in for a fight. Raj, Sonia, Decker barked. Arm the 4 plasma cannons and ready the FTL drive. He turned to Jenna. Get our guest strapped in. If we live through this, I want to hear everything. Sprinting back to the hold, Jenna called out mentally, Zephyr, hang on. This might get bumpy. She found the Eldari braced against a bulkhead, eyes whirling with alarm. In a rush of sensation, Zephyr projected, fear, pursuers, danger. I know, Jenna soothed, stroking the smooth scales. But we're going to keep you safe, I promise. The ship shuddered as Council cannons bracketed them. On the bridge, Raj and Sonia returned fire, blue-white plasma searing back. Confusion, uncertainty, Zephyr projected. Why risk yourselves for this one? Because it's the right thing to do, Jenna said simply. Humans have done a lot of wrong out here. It's time we stood up for what's good. She felt Zephyr's surge of wonder, of humbling gratitude, an almost overwhelming rush. Then the ship lurched as Decker shouted over comms. All hands, prepare for emergency jump. The stars outside the viewport blurred into starlines, the Council ships receding behind a veil of shifting space-time, and the Dauntless leaked into FTL, racing for the unknown. Jenna exhaled. They'd escaped. For now. But she knew this was only the beginning. To truly keep Zephyr safe, to protect the memory of the Eldari, they'd need a plan, and allies brave enough to stand against a galactic empire in the name of what was right. Sanctuary. That shouldn't be possible. Raj's odd words perfectly captured Jenna's reaction. On the view screen, a planet hung serenely against a tapestry of stars, its blue-green surface teeming with life. But according to all their charts, this world was barren, dead. The perfect place to hide from prying Council eyes, or so they thought. Beside Jenna, Zephyr trilled softly, eyes shimmering. Relief, joy, reunion. The Eldari projected. The lost colony survives. The lost colony. Captain Decker arched an eyebrow at the alien. You're telling me we just stumbled on a holdout of your species, Zephyr? The reptilian head bobbed, feelings of affirmation, anticipation washing over Jenna's mind. She shared Zephyr's excitement. Against all odds, they weren't alone. Take us in, Sonia, Decker ordered. Let's say hello to the locals. As the Dauntless descended through wispy clouds, Jenna drank in the sight of the colony. Crystalline towers soared, walkways twining between them like vines. Graceful Eldari forms could be glimpsed strolling, pausing to look up at the human ship in wonder. Upon landing, Jenna and Zephyr were the first ones off the ramp. A small crowd of Eldari waited, many wide-eyed youths who had clearly never seen a human. One elder female stepped forward, pearlescent scales shining with age and wisdom. Matriarch Shella welcomes you, Zephyr projected, translating the elder's psychic greeting. She thanks you for returning this lost child to the fold. It was our honor, Jenna said, bowing her head respectfully. She tried to project feelings of gratitude, friendship, protection, and was rewarded with a surge of warmth from the matriarch. You risked much for one not your own. Sheila projected. You are true friends to the Eldari. Be welcome among us. In the days that followed, Jenna was astounded by what she learned. The lost colony had survived by chance, a single ship fleeing the Council's genocide and finding sanctuary here. For generations, they had lived in hidden peace, nurturing their psionic gifts, but also their fear of discovery and destruction. You can't live in hiding forever, Jenna told Zephyr softly, as they watched Eldari children play, levitating colored crystals. This is a temporary reprieve, not a solution. Truth, Zephyr agreed, sorrow tinging the thought. But what can we do against the might of the Council? We are so few. An idea took root in Jenna's mind. Carefully, she projected it to her friend. Zephyr's eyes went wide, then gleamed with fierce hope. They'd brought the plan to Matriarch Shala and Captain Decker. It was daring, dangerous, some would say mad, but it could change everything. We expose the Council's crimes, Jenna said intently. We broadcast the truth of what they did to the Eldari across the galaxy, on every frequency. We turn public opinion against their order, and show everyone the rot beneath. It will take courage, Decker mused, and damn clever coding to override their comm relays. I can help with that, Sonia chimed in, eyes glinting. And while you lay bare their crimes, Zephyr added, we will teach our colony to shield their minds, and if needed, to fight. Shala's aged eyes gleamed with grim determination. Yes, we cower no more. It is time the Eldari stood tall. Jenna felt a fire ignite within her. This was their chance to not just save Zephyr's kind, but inspire the galaxy. To show that compassion was strength, that diversity was to be celebrated, not feared. That one person, standing up for what was right, could change everything. She locked eyes with Zephyr, projecting all her conviction, her unflinching loyalty. Together, she fought fiercely. The Eldari echoed it back, a vow. Together, the die was cast. The fight for the galaxy's soul had begun. Revelations. In the shadow of a council comm relay, Jenna fidgeted in her stealth suit, heart pounding. Everything hinged on this moment. Steady, Zephyr's mental touch soothed. Beside her, the Eldari's scales rippled with tension. If we pull this off, Jenna projected back, the Council's stranglehold on the galaxy is finished. Everyone will know the truth. 3 months of feverish preparation had led to this. Rigging transmitters, splicing into relays, gathering evidence of the Council's atrocities, all to expose their crimes in one glorious, unstoppable infodump. While Sonia and Raj worked their tech magic, uploading the package, Jenna and Zephyr stood guard. Zephyr's psionic senses stretched out, an invisible tripwire, ready to warn of any approaching patrols. Steady, Jenna echoed mentally. Almost there. A klaxon ripped the air. Jenna flinched, Zephyr hissed. They spun to see Council enforcers spill into the relay station, plasma rifles leveled. Step away from the console. The lead guard barked. You are under arrest for sedition and data theft. Jenna's gut clenched. How had they known? Then Zephyr cried out, a spike of mental pain searing Jenna's mind. The Eldari crumpled, clutching their head. Psi-dampers, Raj shouted, even as he drew his sidearm. They have psi-dampers. The enforcers opened fire. Plasma bolts sizzled past Jenna as she dragged Zephyr into cover, Sonia and Raj laying down suppressing fire. We're almost done. Sonia yelled over the din, hunched over her datapad. Just a few more seconds. Those seconds stretched into eternity. Jenna returned fire, teeth bared, shielding Zephyr's twitching form. Hang on. She projected desperately. Just hang on. A final boom of Raj's grenade and sudden silence. Sonia whooped. It's away. The upload's complete. Jenna sagged in relief. Across the galaxy, on every settled world, the truth now played. Vids of Council atrocities, Eldari and other species subjected to genocide and oppression. The testimony of brave witnesses. And at the end, a call. To rise up, throw off tyranny's yoke, and build a better future, together. Revelations. In the shadow of a Council comm relay, Jenna fidgeted in her stealth suit, heart pounding. Everything hinged on this moment. Steady, Zephyr's mental touch soothed. Beside her, the Eldari's scales rippled with tension. If we pull this off, Jenna projected back, the Council's stranglehold on the galaxy is finished. Everyone will know the truth. 3 months of feverish preparation had led to this. rigging transmitters, splicing into relays, gathering evidence of the Council's atrocities, all to expose their crimes in one glorious, unstoppable infodump. While Sonia and Raj worked their tech magic, uploading the package, Jenna and Zephyr stood guard. Zephyr's psionic senses stretched out, an invisible tripwire, ready to warn of any approaching patrols. "Steady," Jenna echoed mentally. "Almost there." A klaxon ripped the air. Jenna flinched. Zephyr hissed. They spun to see Council enforcers spill into the relay station, plasma rifles leveled. "Step away from the console." The lead guard barked. "You are under arrest for sedition and data theft." Jenna's gut clenched. How had they known? Then Zephyr cried out, a spike of mental pain searing Jenna's mind. The Eldari crumpled, clutching their head. "Psi dampers," Rad shouted, even as he drew his sidearm. "They have Psi dampers." The enforcers opened fire. Plasma bolts sizzled past Jenna as she dragged Zephyr into cover, Sonia and Raj laying down suppressing fire. "We're almost done." Sonia yelled over the din, hunched over her datapad. Just a few more seconds. Those seconds stretched into eternity. Jenna returned fire, teeth bared, shielding Zephyr's twitching form. "Hang on," she projected desperately. "Just hang on." A final boom of Raj's grenade and sudden silence. Sonia whooped. "It's away. The upload's complete." Jenna sagged in relief. Across the galaxy, on every settled world, the truth now played. Vids of Council atrocities, Eldari and other species subjected to genocide and oppression. The testimony of brave witnesses. And at the end, a call to rise up, throw off tyranny's yoke, and build a better future. Together. Rising. The Council fleet hung in space, a phalanx of gleaming warships bristling with weapons. On the bridge of the Dauntless, Jenna felt her heart race. This was it, the moment of truth. Around her, the Galactic rebel fleet assembled. Human ships, Eldari vessels, and a motley assortment of craft from a dozen species, all united in common cause. To stand against tyranny and say no more. "They outnumber us 5-1, Captain Decker observed grimly. "Numbers aren't everything," Jenna replied, squeezing Zephyr's forelimb. Through their bond, she felt the Eldari's resolve, steely beneath the fear. "We are not alone," Zephyr projected. "The heart of the galaxy is with us." Jenna thought of all they'd been through to reach this moment. The Council's efforts to crush the truth had only fanned the flames of resistance. Across 100 worlds, the downtrodden and oppressed had risen up, inspired by the Eldari story. The lost colony had emerged from hiding, psionic gifts honed into formidable weapons. Beside them stood humans, steadfast allies, and so many others. A patchwork armada, standing as one. "Incoming transmission from the Council flagship," Sonia reported. On screen, Decker straightened his shoulders. The viewer flickered to life, revealing the sneering face of Councilor Vex. "Rebels and degenerates," he spat. "You sully the galaxy with your defiance. Surrender now and your deaths may be swift." Jenna stepped forward, head held high. "Vex, you blind, arrogant fool. Look around you. The free peoples of the galaxy stand united against your tyranny. Your crimes are laid bare, your power crumbling. We do not fear you." As if on cue, a new wave of ships dropped out of warp, swelling the rebel ranks. Vessels of every size and description, hailing from worlds only now throwing off the Council's yoke. Vex paled, eyes bulging with disbelief and rage. You think you've won. We will rip you from the stars. The transmission cut off. In its place, a new image unfurled across every frequency, every world. Eldari, human, and a score of other species, standing together. "We are the voice of the voiceless," they intoned as one. "The Council's age of cruelty is over. We choose a future of unity and hope. To all who still bend under their lash, we say, rise. Rise and join us. You are free. Jenna felt the words resonating in her very soul. Across the rebel fleet, a mighty cheer rose, echoing across the void, a sound to shake the heavens. The council ships wavered, some peeling away from formation, weapons going offline. On their bridges, mutinies erupted as the scales fell away. They're breaking. Raj crowed. The council is breaking. Jenna clasped Zephyr tight, awash in the Eldari's fierce joy. This is your victory, as much as anyone's, she projected. You never lost hope. Hope, Zephyr affirmed, and friendship. We are strongest together, human and Eldari, and so many others. One galaxy, one heart. As the Dauntless soared forward to meet the shattered remnants of the Council fleet, Jenna felt that new future taking shape, one where compassion triumphed over callousness, unity over fear. A future where wonders beyond imagining awaited, and they would face them hand in hand, as friends and equals beneath the stars. The journey had only begun, but with allies like these at her side, Jenna could hardly wait to see what marvels lay ahead. The galaxy would never be the same, and that, she knew, was the greatest victory of all.